Hello everybody, it's Gail here from Ornamentology. I just thought I'd give you a quick run through of what I've been doing. As you know, my health's been a bit rubbish and I've not been on firing on any of my cylinders really, but I have been able to do a bit of thinking, planning, thinking. I know what you're saying, it could be dangerous, and it has been. I've made some journals. This is another one. I've responded to the size of the piece of tweed that I had. This has come from a recycling centre in the Borders. A friend sold me a whole bag full and I've had them for ages and didn't know what to do with them. All of the things in this is recycled. Everything here has had a previous use. I quite like that. Even this is left over from a hat project, and the spine reinforcement too. So just running you through it. It's a ready reckoner. My dad used to use one all the time. A little tag thing, which is kind of interesting. Packaging paper. I love packaging paper. Look at it. It's so robust and gorgeous. And because this is about tweed, I thought I'd make it a bit Scottish-centric. So I've put a few maps in about Scotland that I got from a book that I found in the charity shop. Coffee dyed paper. This is some mono printed paper that I've done myself on a book that I read, which is the dreariest book in the world. It's supposed to have been a thriller, but it wasn't very thrilling, I can tell you. But this is kind of the format. It's quite a big format book actually. These are little pockets that I've done some aged vintage, well they're not actually, they're new cards, but I've aged them to make them look interesting. There's not a set, there's just a random few. More map pages, postcard that I've tea dyed, another dangly thing with a little, they're called journaling spots, but it could be a bookmark. It's plain on the other side, so if you want to write something you can. More tea dyed paper. It's just ordinary photocopy paper and I fiddled about with it. It's hours of fun, it's really good. Another mono print, but this is a shiny one. Can't have enough shiny. This is interesting. This is that packing paper that's kind of crunched up and there's two layers to it. You can actually rip bits of it away. But I flattened it out. It's a really lovely texture. This book's all about texture and the journey and what it evokes, really. A bit more mappage. On the back of this, it's an Reader's Digest one, so it's going to tell you loads of information, is it? There's a bit more of that packaging. It's got a hole in it. I quite like these holes in it. I fetched it in and left it on the side, and my cats, well, actually, left it on the carpet, and my cats were tearing through it like a maniacs. Doris, my cat, never plays, but she was playing this cardboard, so I've left her a lump to play with because she likes it. There wasn't enough to make a whole page, so I've joined it together with this kind of striper, tartanish looking stuff. I found this thing on Free Cycle and it was kind of interesting. This tartan pattern has just been made by dobbing a book end in, bit of writing space, bit more writing space, tea dyed coffee again, the other side of that. So now we've gone past the middle. It's the same but different really. So you're looking at the other side of those pages, a bit more mappage. So there's plenty of room to write all your memoirs and whatnot. A bit of an interesting image of Scotland, quite nice. I made these the bits that I removed from the map because they were too tall. I've put little bits on and stuck it through this belly band. I'm having to learn a new language, it's rather fabulous to be honest. And again, this is a journaling spot, it's called. It's just a bit of writing on the back, room for writing on the back, and an image of Scotland on the front. It's been quite an interesting project, to be fair. A bit more imagery, a bit more tea dyed, a bit more mappage. This hard card, which is really nice. And then on the back, this is another one of those journaling spot thingies. You write your memoirs on the back of there. And a little shiny thing, because you know what, you always need a bit shiny, don't you? My fingers aren't going very well today. A little bit shiny, which you can write on. And you can tuck things in of your own on your adventures. And it's just called the Tweedy because it's made out of tweed. I'm going to attempt now to tie this and speak to you at the same time. So, there's a bunch of them. They're all different in the usual Gail tradition. I'm not doing two the same because that would just be rude and nobody wants the same thing as somebody else. It's this whole lifestyle thing that I've always wanted to, that's a rubbish bow, always wanted to do, but never had the moment to consider it. So hats will still be on the agenda, but these are going to be my other little muse that kind of keep me out of mischief. And, you know, they're ideal stocking fillers. They're not ever so dear. They kind of answer to your recycling credentials. And I hope you like them. Come and see me at Newark and have a look. You know how it is. The usual rules apply. You can put whatever you like on here. Look, I was going to label it journal, but I thought that was a bit, you know, cheeky, wasn't it, really? If you buy this book, you can call it whatever you want. And that seems like a plan to me. It's supposed to be interactive. You're supposed to be able to fiddle with it and play with it and write in it and draw on it and do all those things and collect stuff and stuff them in the pockets and generally have a whoop-de-doody good time. Anyway, thank you for your time and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye now.